Back at it like a bad habit. Shout out to Will777 for sharing my other video the other day. I just want to say that I've been watching his show fairly religiously, and it really feels like a community of like-minded individuals that share a common hobby. This guy watches my channel, leaves comments regularly, and that just makes it feel like a community. And my community is very small. It's 15 subscribers, but just him sharing that one video, I gained 3 subscribers. And it may not seem like a lot to most people, but that's the start of this community. And so I have 2 games here that I'm adding to the collection. The first one is for this middle shelf right here, because it's looking like a barren wasteland. It's Atomic Heart Ultimate Edition, and I will not be opening this because it's more collector's item status, and I already own the game. But this comes in a cardboard box. And we're just gonna slide that on next to the Steelbook Soulstorm, and you can go on YouTube for an unboxing of that. So this was a $20 pickup, Need for Speed Unbound, and hey, 20 bucks. I have a racing wheel that never gets used. So Electronic Arts. And this was one of the more earlier games, 2022 or 2023. I think it was 2022. As one of the earlier games that was not on PS4. So it does come with this code, or not a code, but some kind of advertisement. And there's no artwork in here other than the disc, which is just a most basic artwork that you can get. It is 1 player, 2 to 16 online, which I won't be using. I do not do PS Plus. It is 45 gigabytes, so it should be on the disc. It doesn't say anywhere that internet is required for the download, so I can download with Wi-Fi disconnected straight from the code off the disc onto my SSD without using a Sony server or any internet connection as many times as I want. 100 years from now, my grandkids can do it, even if Sony goes out of business. And that's gonna do it for today. Now on to the political side. My plans for 2028. I'm either gonna get a Nintendo Switch 2 or an Xbox Series X. I don't care if the next gen is not gonna have a disc. I care about finishing this gen. I care about being able to continue the collection in 2028. And I will worry about 2029 and 2030 when the time comes. As far as Nintendo Switch 2 and everybody saying, hey, this thing is selling like hotcakes, it looks that way. And I may even get a Nintendo Switch 2, but my honest opinion is that it's not selling well. They manufactured and they shipped 17 million units in 2025 in a 7-month time period. Walmart, Target, all these stores around the globe paid Sony for these units. But they are shipped units. They are not bought by consumers. And so 2026 rolls around in the first quarter and they manufacture and ship 2.5 million units. Now, the first and second quarter are always going to be slower than the holidays. That's okay, granted. However, it doesn't seem to me that they have sold the 17 million stock, because it's not even a year out and they're already saying, hey, we shipped 2 million units only. I don't think people are as interested in a Switch 2 as they were a Switch 1, especially with Grand Theft Auto coming out, that I highly doubt will be played on a Switch 2 ever. I highly doubt that's ever going to happen. So a lot of people are looking at PlayStation and even Xbox for their upgrade from Xbox One and PS4 and saying, well, the only thing I'm interested in is Grand Theft Auto, Modern Warfare 4, and you know, maybe Wolverine, because it's Marvel. You know, these are casual games. You know, they like sports, Marvel, Star Wars. They like their Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, and not much else. There might be a few games that the casual player is into, but Grand Theft Auto is the biggest one. And we see that with, you know, 200 million views on every trailer that Rockstar puts out. So I think that there will be a lot of upgrades to PlayStation and even Xbox Series S and X. And I think focus is shifting away from Nintendo. Shiny new Nintendo ain't so new anymore. They got Zelda Ocarina of Time coming out. That's cool. I'm interested in that somewhat, you know, but I think most people are not interested in a Switch 2 at this point. Even though the price is decent compared to the price increases that we've been seeing, it's still a $500 Switch, basically. It's, you know, Switch Pro that Serkan Toto told us back in 2019 was coming, right? Serkan Toto said in 2019, Nintendo Switch Pro is coming. And we got a Nintendo Switch 2 that's basically what he talked about. Pretty much the same specs, almost the same price, with a different name. There's no Mario. I don't know. I just don't see this thing selling once GTA comes out. I don't see Switch 2 flying off the shelves. And I don't think it's really flying off the shelves even in the past 12 months like people think it is. Just because a company manufactures 17 million of a product doesn't mean it's sold. So the other thing is the game key carts have turned a lot of us off to that as well. And I don't know, I'm just kind of disappointed we didn't get a GameCube 2, a Nintendo GameCube 2, or a home console for $600. They could have made a home console instead of a Switch 2. And I would have felt more comfortable buying that. And I hope that's what they do in 2032 or whenever, is a new home console for $600 or so instead of a Nintendo Switch 3 for $600. That's not what I want. I don't know, maybe you feel different. Maybe you want a Switch 3 for $600. I don't. As far as Xbox goes, I think that they have a base. They've reported 28 million sales in 2023 of Series X and S. And I think they have sold, you know, upwards of 35 million to 40 million consoles by now, several years later. And I think that I think Xbox One owners are ready to upgrade for Modern Warfare 4, GTA 6, neither of which are on Xbox One. I don't know how many, at least 5 million. I think they're gonna be, you know, sell a good 45, maybe 50 million of these Xboxes. PlayStation 5 is doing great. Despite people saying there's a crash incoming, they're about to announce 100 million units shipped, which I say is about 90 million customers, with about 10 million sitting on store shelves right about now around the world. And when GTA 6 and Modern Warfare 4 and Wolverine and even Phantom Blade Zero all come out, people are going to say, hey, it's time to upgrade from PS4 to PS5 because none of those are on PS4. And the 100 million are going to sell out of stock through the holidays and through next year. And I believe that by the end of next year, PS5 will surpass PS4 sales at 117 million. I believe they will surpass PS1 sales this year at 102 million by the holidays and surpass PS4 by the end of next year during the holidays because of GTA 6 and Modern Warfare 4 and Wolverine. And I think in the next 5 years, give or take, PS5 will outsell PS2. And let it be known, I'm on record saying this, yes, I believe PS5 will one day outsell PS2, especially if PlayStation 6 is $900 or more.